Tengo como 10,000 counselor comments.
Welcome, everybody. I'd like to call to order the regular city council meeting of July 15 to order. Ms. Cassandra.
Mayor David Romero,
Here.
Councilor Marvin Martinez,
Present.
Councilor Barbara Casey,
Here.
Councilor Benito Pacheco,
Present.
Councilor David Ulivari.
Here.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We do have a quorum.
Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to acknowledge Mayor Trujillo in the audience. Mayor, if you could lead us in the pledge. Councilor Pacheco, moment of silence.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a moment of silence for all the ongoing activity across the world, for our U.S. military, and for all the intentions of the citizens of Las Vegas. May they be heard.
Councilor.
Mr. Mayor, let us pray for the Size family, the family of our project manager, Jimmy Size, whose grandfather passed away and whose services are this evening. Let us pray that they receive solace from our Creator.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, approval of the agenda, and we do have a recommendation from our Water Director, Travis Martinez, to remove business items number 3, 4, 5, and 6. It will be brought back at a later time.
And just for the record, and that's just more process, am I correct? That's why we're removing those?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. So we have a recommendation on the agenda. It's the pleasure of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we remove the items on the regular
Business.
agenda.
Business.
The business items, 3, 4, 5, and 6, for further work on those for the next meeting.
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Motion by Councilor Casey, second by Councilman Ulivari. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our public input, or are we approving the rest of the agenda with that recommendation? The two separate motions?
I think we probably do.
Approval of the agenda?
Remember, I move that we approve the agenda as amended.
Motion by Councilor Casey, second by
Second.
Councilman Pacheco. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our public input, we have no public input this evening. Moving on to our mayor's appointments, reports, recognitions, and proclamations.
Okay, my first appointments are Mr. Rod Billingsley, William Brainerd, Mr. Bob Witters, Kerry Lane, and Councilor Marvin Martinez to the Airport Board. I believe that the Airport Board hadn't been meeting. I hadn't received any letters of intent to serve, so what I did is I asked the director, Mr. Arnold, to go ahead and give them a call, see if they would be willing to continue serving, and they did, so basically keeping this board intact. That's my recommendation.
I move approval of the appointment of Rod Billingsley, William Brainerd, Bob Witters, Kerry Lane, and Councilor Marvin Martinez to the airport board.
Motion by Councilor Casey, second by Councilman Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? And the ayes have it. Other than that, and we had a very good meeting today with Southwest Capital Bank. More is to come on there. I will also add that tomorrow the DOT Highway Commission is meeting. And I didn't see the agenda, Mr. Manager. Were we on that?
Mr. Mayor, I didn't get to see the final agenda either, but I could get it checked and give you an update here in a couple minutes.
Well, then, Mr. Chairman Adams did ask the Fire Department and Police Department to be there. I know that one of the discussion items is going to be the stretch of highway where Mr. Lovato lost his life as a former firefighter for the city. I guess there's discussion about naming a part of that highway after him, so they did ask to see if fire and police could be there, so. With that, I'll keep it short. I know we want to try to get out of here quick, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our councilors' reports.
Counselor Casey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have a couple of questions, I guess. I've received phone calls from parents of former Fiesta Queens, and they want to know, does the city pay for the crown? Is it passed down from one reina to another? Some parents have raised concern about two past reinas who kept their crowns, but the more current ones have not been able to keep them. So can anybody answer that, or has anybody?
I know that's an item of discussion that needs to be looked into, Mr. Manager, or?
You want to start, Mr. Marcus, and then I'll.
Sure.
I'll just note for the record that me as mayor or any executive official made a decision to give any of those away. I'll say that publicly.
You did or didn't?
Didn't, for the record.
So Mayor, Council, Mr. City Manager, the typical way it goes is after every reina's reign is over in the next year, the following year of her tenure, she does pass the crown down. I know that there is a little bit of a fundraising going on by a former reina to try to go ahead and make a replica of that crown. And I have been trying to get some quotes, not to get us a silver crown, but a nickel-plated crown replica that will look at the same thing and see if the city could be able to start buying those replicas. And at the end of the tenure, we can also give her the replica crown that she could put in her showcase and have for her memories the rest of her life and be able to share with her grandkids. And I think that's the appropriate thing to do, and we're going to work with the families to try to get to that point. Am I correct, Mr. City Manager?
That's correct, and I would just add, the mayor and I did have a meeting with the outgoing Reina and her parents, and had a good discussion, and they also brought up some suggestions related to other cities that will do a medallion that former people will wear, that was all something they asked us to look at. So we'll look at the quotes, we'll look at options, and then figure out something that we can do consistently and fairly for everybody.
Thank you.
Mayor, Council, too, I do want to go on record as well and say I've never, ever given directive to give any crowns to anybody. Coming into this thing, I didn't know that was the tradition of turning the crown over. So, that's where I'll stand on that.
Okay, thank you. And then I have a constituent request
To please fix the pavement cracks on Bridge Street before they get worse. I don't normally walk up and down Bridge Street.
I drive it, so I don't know what the cracks look like, but that was a constituent request. No, on the street. On the pavement, yeah. And then, I did get
An email from Mr. Tur, who did the Tos Nomas presentation. He wanted to know
if there had been any movement on that.
He wanted to know if that would be included in the advertising for the city.
And he wants to know
Know if the city has any money to donate to that particular cause, if it could be added to,
to the Keep America Beautiful, whatever is done there.
or if it would be turned into Sunny 505, or what's happening with that. So I told him I would bring it up during councilor comments so that all of them are aware that he's concerned about this. Bringing more people to Las Vegas.
Mr. Mayor, Councilor Casey, I agreed to meet with Mr. Tur, and so I'll include Mr. Marcus and his team relative to the marketing side of the equation, and we'll follow up with Mr. Tur.
Okay, thank you. And then, let me see. Has any progress been made in hiring an HR director? Or alternatively, maybe,
Having the possibility of contracting with an HR firm to see if we can get that taken care of.
I'm not sure. I think the interviews happened. I don't know, Mr. Manager.
Mr. Mayor, Councilor Casey, and the full council, we did go through a process where I did have an interview myself, as well as I had a team of people provide interviews. At this time, I'm not prepared to bring forth any recommendations. I think it's important that we have an individual that I'm confident bringing forward for your review that can fill that seat. As far as contract provisions, I have not pursued any contract support. At my last manager's report, I noted that Mr. Seiss has been helping me in the HR office and with the HR team, and he's been doing a exceptional job in that realm. He's not the HR director, but I've asked him to assist with helping with the team and helping me with some supervision there. But we're still looking. We still have it open on our website, and I think I can look at contract options. I guess I need to give that a little bit more thought as to what that would mean. I know there's a lot of very capable retired HR people out and about in the state of New Mexico. So maybe potentially that could be an option to look at. So I hadn't given that piece a lot of thought, but I'm happy to give it some thought and maybe provide some feedback more. But that's where things are at right now.
Okay.
Thank you. Then the last item is last Friday, as some of you may know, and I think I may have mentioned it before, is that the CASA program has been terminated in 3 different counties, San Miguel County, Bernalillo County, and Chaves County. And we had 2 Fire King fireproof file cabinets that we wanted to sell, but after much discussion with the board members, I asked if maybe we could just donate it to the city, and so we donated it to the police department. So they now have 2 evidence fireproof, locked up cabinets that they can use for whatever they need. So those were delivered Friday, and I'm glad that they're being put to good use by the city. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilor Casey, if you can, maybe, Mr. Manager, you and I could send a thank you letter to the CASA program for that donation.
Absolutely, Mayor.
Send it to my address because we don't have an office anymore.
Okay. All right. Councilor Martinez? Was that it, Councilor?
That's it.
Thank you, Mayor. The only thing I got to report really is, I read your proclamation at the park for the family of former Bobby Madrid, a musician, and that went well, so thank you. That was it.
Thank you. Councilman Olivari?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Manager. Thanks for the work that you guys are doing on the elm trees around the stop signs, but we do have a problem back on the west side of town on Lopez and it's the old part of town right there by the where they bury everybody, right there on the west side. There's elms that are on the side of the road, right there by the city, and I don't know if the people there are listening to you guys or they're not, but they're really bad. So I want you to maybe take a drive out there. It's right there where, not too far before you leave. And just go to the back and there's really there, in the arroyo, there's an arroyo there, it's called Arroyo Seca or Arroyo, it's right there, you know what's arroyo. And now with this rain that came down, thanks God, we got some rain. But it's getting a little brushes and everything are coming through. I don't know if you have your street people look at that for you and.
Yes, sir, Councilor.
Councilman Pacheco?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Not too many updates as we had the meeting last week. What I will say is that I think overall, I see projects moving forward, and for those that are listening out in the on YouTube, many projects moving forward. I have seen many city crews working on some of the small things, just keeping our streets and sidewalks looking nice. In fact, I saw weed eaters up and down several streets in my ward this week, and I'm there a lot because that's where I live, and I drive up and down some of those streets. So great job all the way around there. I do also want to acknowledge Mr. Marquez and the solid waste and gas, our solid waste and gas director. We had that review by the PRC with no findings. And I'm not sure how many findings there were the last time. Do you recall, sir?
Mayor, council, actually, yes, in the last audit that we did have, there was 112 probable violations.
So from 112 to 0. And, you know, for me, that's what, we have to take care of our infrastructure. And it shows me that we have a team from the top, you know, our city manager, our city director, all the way down, that's doing that. That's the way we move Las Vegas forward. We have to have infrastructure first before we can build anything else. So great job there. I also want to throw a shout out to Jesus Wolf Ortiz. I know him as Wolf because I knew him since he was a kid, but I know he does a lot for our gas department out there, and big thanks to him for coordinating some of that. A lot of projects going on around town. Be patient with some of the construction, but it's all for the betterment of our community. I think they must have heard the prayer last week, was it you, Councilor Martinez, for rain? So we got some today. We prefer it comes a little slower, but we'll take it as we can get it, so. Thank you.
Thank you, councilors.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our next item, our city manager's report. We have our city manager, Mr. Robert A. Anaya.
Mr. Manager.
Mayor and council, I'm humbled and very respectful of the team that we have at the city, from leadership to every individual that works here. But I want to read in these names of people and the departments that they work under, because I think it's important. So I'll take just a little extra time today because I think it's valuable and important. But these are the folks that really were all hands on deck associated with the fiestas and carrying out a very successful event where we had a few minor bumps, but gratefully, thankfully, no major injuries, no major incidents, no major problems. And that's a testament to each of these individuals and their hard work to make it happen. Solid Waste, Delio Encinas, Dolores Gallegos, Adam Valdez, John Herrera. Recreation, Sandra Melger, Kayla Bayshert, Isaiah Valdez. Public Facilities, JJ Villanueva, Sebastian Gomez, Max Bustamante, Ethan Herrera. Community Development, Andrea Martinez, Eric Hurtado, Chuck Griego, Adrian Aleman. Finance, Roberta Lovato, Chastity Garcia, Dominic Chavez, Morris Madrid, Ana Marie Ortega. Risk Management, Desiree Ortiz. Public Works, Miguel Lucero, Dustin Hilliard, Christy Rodarte, Arnold Lopez. Transportation, Marcelino Roybal. Executive Staff, Jimmy Saiz, Amanda Salas, Elena Martinez, Reina Anne Romero, Amanda Salas. Police Department. The Police Department, I'm going to read these individuals, but it's the entire police force that was on duty. And Chief, I'd like you to read off, because I know you know all of their names, but I'd like you to go through those folks that we were there and that I saw and those that I didn't, that were on different shifts. But I have Kevin Duran, and go ahead, Chief.
It was all hands on deck, so off the top of my head, I'd have to pull up the list, but, our supervisors, our investigations, Ryan Tafoya, Devin Atkins, Michael Ortega, David Barella, Nick Aragon, Nate Marquez, and just about 17 other officers under that. I just don't want to forget anybody's name.
Absolutely,
Our
Chief.
supervisors were very instrumental in that.
Thank you, Chief. New Mexico State Police and their team, San Miguel Sheriff's Department, San Miguel Corrections Department, also District Attorney's Office, Mr. Madrid, correct? And the Las Vegas fire department as a whole. Chief, could you talk about some of the folks from the fire department that were there throughout the time as well?
Mr. Manager, yes. Mr. Manager, yes, I can mention a few of these off the top of my head. Some of the individuals that worked overtime and along with their normal shifts. Jacob Armijo, Michael Barboa, let's see, Diego Chavez, Jonathan Chavez, Matthew Freeman, Jasmine Gallegos, Abel Harris, Nicole Mays. Those are the some of the ones that come to mind immediately. But again, it was a all team, an all hands on deck effort to get through this event.
Excellent. Thank you, Chief. And other private entities, a few key government entities as well, Construction Industries Division, LP Inspections, and Reuben Septic tanks for their work, and the many other businesses. So I want to just, if we could, give them all a round of applause, Mayor and Council. I would like to ask that the full text of my report be included in the minutes, but I do want to read off again, those individuals pursuing a higher level of excellence that have completed trainings and certifications. Adriano Martinez, Gas Operator 1 qualification. Scott Zunker and Justin Marquez, Certified Zoning Officials. Chastity Garcia recently received her master's degree in business administration. Consuelo Gallegos, training in HR, healing trauma in our communities. Marcia Ludi, HR, E-Verify and I-9 training. Matthew Freeman and Michael Barboa both received their EMT intermediate certifications. Donovan Marquez, EMT basic. And Emerson Gonzalez received backflow certification. Brian Interlude, Jasmine Gallegos, Abel Harris, Nicole Mays, Donovan Marquez, Justin Woodley all attended WIP Merit Hazmat and Radiological course. Nicole Mays, Andrew Duran, Chief Steve Spann, Hunter Watts, our Pro Board Certified Incident Scene Safety Officer course completion, I guess I would say. So with that, Mayor and Council, the last thing I wanted to add is that I've gone through, as requested by the full Mayor and Council, but specifically Councilor Casey, I've gone through the full assessment for ICMA. I've done that initial assessment. I've completed my full application for credentialing ahead of time. The due date is in October, but that's going to be done. So, and I'm also bringing a recommendation next meeting to attend some micro-credentialing specifically with ICMA at their upcoming conference. And so with that, Mayor and Council, a lot of other meetings, a lot of other interface with the community. The mayor noted it. We had a good meeting today and regarding some property that was discussed by Mayor and Council. And I would just stand for any questions, Mayor and Council.
Council, any questions? Councilor Pacheco.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Manager. I really don't have any questions. I just want to really express my gratitude for all of the expertise that went into the 4th of July fiestas. I know we talked about it a bit last week, but I saw many of you out there at different locations, different spots, many of the people listed in the report today. And every city in the norte thinks they have the best fiestas. They think they do. But we know here in Vegas that we do have the best fiestas. I mean, I haven't seen that many people in a long time. So that's a heck of an event to put on. It's a lot of burden on the city. It's not a burden, it's something we welcome, but it takes a lot of planning and follow through. I do want to say that it was great to see so many city employees. I saw so many firefighters around the park, being proactive, our police officers. You know, you hear these buzzwords around the country now, and like community policing. I think we've been doing that here for as long as I can remember, you know, because we have officers there in the park that know half the people in the park, and they're talking to them, and, you know, so it's just great for us to come together as a community and put our best foot forward. The other thing I just want to comment on is all the training that I see happening with city staff and the opportunities for professional development and growing expertise. I think that's a great opportunity that we're providing, Mr. Manager. It only helps us in the long run, and, you know, if we grow our own, we can't go wrong. That's how we create more opportunity and more expertise within city government. So, thank you.
Mr. Mayor, if I could add a couple things. Chief Marquez, Director Marquez, Director Tafoya, Cordova, Director Lopez, Manager Ludi, Director Martinez, Benefits Coordinator, assisting with supervision and HR, Consuelo Gallegos, Director Madrid, DC Chief Span, and Deputy Chief, and our clerk, Ms. Cassandra here. All of these individuals, I noted all the others, but all of these individuals are the core backbone of leadership that we have at the city, and have an excellent leadership staff. So we noted all those people in the trenches day in and day out, but each of these folks stepped up during fiestas, before fiestas, after fiestas, and were ready to roll up their sleeves and find where we needed to do better and make it better and help each other. And I think that's the operative piece, helping each other and working as a team. So I apologize for jumping back in there, but I did want to note that to all of these members, because they're a solid team of people.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Manager. Councilor Martinez.
Mr. Mayor, I just want to mention, you know, there's quite a few ongoing projects that need to take place. Of course, you know, we've got some preliminary plans and so forth for the Plaza Park. And just like Councilor Pacheco mentioned, you know, there are a lot of ongoing projects in town. We got that Sixth Street project that's a big piece of that corridor, that downtown area. We want to make sure that we get that done. Of course, they probably got rained out today, but the important part is that those items are being addressed one at a time. We've got plenty of projects moving forward. Commerce Street, that's a big project, a very big project. It's going to be taking place pretty soon. Everybody that's been part of the fiestas and everything moving forward, has, you know, it's been a big working document, you know, for the community and for the city of Las Vegas to make sure that all these projects get addressed one at a time. And you're doing that. You're making all these things come through full circle, and that's what's been it's been great. We had a good fiesta. We had an excellent crowd, and we look forward to bigger and better things next year with improvement on the Plaza Park area, and hopefully some purchase of property that'll take place in this meeting as well. So, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Manager, it would be nice that you get with each councilman and go over the councils, all the wards. That way you can see what's going on, because we do get a lot of concerns. The weeds, unwanted cars, unwanted yards that are bad. And I've been around for quite a while in this small town, and I see a lot, and all the staff sees a lot. And we try and talk to people to be a little more, to care about what they're doing, and there's a lot of stuff out there we could bring to the table and ask you to do it, or ask our staff to do it. Our staffs, you and the staff are doing a great job, but we need to step it up a little more, because people are just kind of, I'd say, taking advantage of some of the stuff that they don't do. There's yards that are they don't pay attention to it. They live out of town. And the weeds are 3-4 feet high and they just don't care. And maybe just by you, Mr. Manager, taking each councilman and going through the wards and looking at, that way you know what's going on, and you know what's going on. I know, all of you guys know what's going on. But we live here, and we see it. I just want to do your best you can, and thanks for all the work you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you. And Mr. Manager, I just want to make, and I think I need to say this, and I know sometimes as mayor, the mayor has more involvement and understanding of what you're doing and what's going on. And I do want to say I appreciate you, but today I received a call, and I'm going to say this, I think so much is going on good in this community, is going so good, that we get random, I got a phone call today saying that the city manager had a pool table at the train depot, which was BS. And I think those are the little things that frustrate me the most, of accusations and rumors, and that's what's killing us right now. That needs to stop. We need to look at the positives. Every time I go around town, I hear, I've been going around walking in town more often, and I just hear the positive things that are going on. So it disturbs me when rumors are made and accusations are made. And it takes time and effort, to look into these things. It's a good thing we had a meeting at the train depot, because not I asked for the key to go make sure, but again, just a rumor, an accusation that was dumbfounded, that I'm sure, some of us got calls about too. And again, it was a rumor, and I think those rumors need to get squashed. There's good things happening, and let's focus on the bigger picture instead of the smaller picture. So I do want to thank you, and I guess I need to do a better job on informing the council a little more. I know I keep saying that, but to the council, I promise to do better in keeping you guys informed. I know I mentioned to you about the DOT meeting. I thought there was a calendar set for that, but I'll make sure that I do that. But I think sometimes the little things are what's killing us, and obviously that's even reflective on IPRAs that we're receiving in the city, and it's just sometimes rumors and accusations. I needed to throw that out because there's so many good things that are going on that even our staff is basically having to deal with gossip and rumors that are untrue. And I needed to say that. So thank you, Mr. Manager, and thank you, staff, and everybody. There's good things going on, and we need to stick with that and just keep moving forward. No matter what happens, we can't let anybody kick us down. When you're on top, and I know, another thing that, another benefit right now that I'm going to say, Municipal League, we're teaming up with Municipal League, one of 4 communities that's going to be a pilot program to work with AI, to work in community development. We're permitting in that. That's one of 4 communities. We're going to be leaders in that going on. So a lot of positives that sometimes maybe we don't say it enough, and we need to work more with our PIO, that we're doing some good things, and it's the little things that are killing us and taking a lot of time that we could do so much better. And I needed to say that right now. So thank you, everybody, for all you do. And thank you, counselors. I know sometimes we're accused and unfalsely accused, but, keep bringing it, and we're going to keep doing, no matter what you do, you're not going to keep us down. And I needed to say that. Thank you, Mr. Manager. Mr. Sandra?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our next item, we have our police chief's report. We have our police chief, Mr. Caleb Marcus.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Let me get the computer set up. One thing that Councilor Casey forgot to mention about those filing cabinets is they probably weigh about 300, 400 pounds each. Something we weren't expecting, but thank you to the CASA program for that. Once it pops up. This is the police chief's report for the month of May and June. I don't know why it's not coming up.
Time?
Come on, chief, we said 6:30.
I could give you guys numbers and then hopefully we could get it up. So our field operations division, if my computer stops flashing the screen.
There we go.
Our field operation division for the month of May issued 73 traffic citations, 125 in June, 6 non-traffic citations in May, 5 in June, 1 parking citation in the month of May, 76 in the month of June. We had 29 arrests in the month of May, 35 in the month of June. Animal control issued 60 citations in the month of June, none in May. 1 burglary report in the month of May, 3 in June. Total calls for service of May was 1,166. For May, 1,281 in June. I promise in the future I will break this down so I don't have to do 2 separate numbers for you guys. Communications division for the month of March answered 677 911 calls. For the month of, oh, sorry, that's wrong. For the month of May, 677. The month of June, 590. Sorry, my screen. 580.
It's Google's fault.
It keeps on flashing, sorry about that. City services, calls for service for gas, water, or anything on call was 105 for the month of May, 35 for the month of June. 69 animal control calls for the month of May, 65 for the month of June. I'm just gonna continue, sorry. AMR had 175 calls in the month of May, 181 in the month of June, 201 in the month of May. For fire, 195 in the month of June. Police department had 1,485 calls for the month of May, 1,298 in the month of June. Total calls for service for May was 1,689 that was received by communications and 1,474 for the month of June. Our animal care center, for the month, sorry, these dates are off. I'll give you the guys the month of June. We had 40 dogs, 8 cats for a total of 48. We had intake from the public, 34 dogs, 28 cats for the total of 82. We had 4 adoptions of dogs, 1 for cats for a total of 5. We had 14 outgoing transfers to other communities of 14 dogs, 9 cats for a total of 23. We returned 7 dogs to their owners, no cats for a total of 7. We had dogs or cats euthanized in the shelter care. We had 3 dogs and 1 cat. We had an unhealthy and untreatable that also was euthanized, 1 cat. We had 3 cats that were lost or died in shelter care, and with our ending shelter count of 46 dogs, 21 cats, a total of 67. One thing that I did want to talk about though is we received a junior bill of $200,000 about 2 years ago. We were able to expend all $200,000. We got marketing merchandise for the care center. We're able to do some buildings and grounds maintenance, re-gravel certain areas. So now when you walk into the animal care center, it's a lot more welcoming and a lot more comfortable for the staff to work in there, to include brand new ceiling tiles. We did some pest control. So a lot of work was done in there. We got new washers and dryers for the animals and vehicles as well. Our records department is still continuing to index 2018 to 2021 reports for destruction. We're still continuing training for our new employee. Continued records maintenance management. And in the month of May, we had 114 offense incident reports processed, 75 in the month of June, 19 traffic accident reports in May, 30 in June. We had 80 citations processed in the month of May, 269 in the month of June. We attended to 109 customers in May, 105 in June. Scanned 261 documents in May, 220 in June. Completed 20 IPA requests in May and 12 in the month of June. Our street crimes division had 17 cases assigned in the month of May, 19 in the month of June. Self-initiated cases for May was 19, 43 in the month of June. Made 7 arrests in the month of May, 3 in the month of June. Drug-related arrests for the month of May was 2, none in June. Missing persons, 2 missing people in the month of May, 1 in the month of June. We had 1 stolen vehicle recovered in the month of May, none in June. We executed 8 search warrants in May, 3 in June. Closed out 20 cases that were pending in May and 16 in June. We were able to seize 2 firearms in the month of May, or month of June, sorry about that. We had 1 gram of methamphetamine seized in May, 0.24 grams of crack cocaine in the month of May, 86 fentanyl pills, 26 prescription pills, and 5.66 grams of fentanyl powder. And money seized was $969. And they also attended meetings at district court, magistrate court, safe house interviews, and MDT meetings. Our street crimes division, our evidence portion, entered in 57 cases in May, 35 in June, a total of 160 items in May, 168 in June. Seized 2 properties, released back 2 in May, 2 in June, not narcotics, but other items that might have been collected. We seized, processed 5 seized firearms in the month of May from patrol, 2 in June. From patrol, we also had 1 gram of methamphetamine in the month of May and 1 gram in the month of June, 89 Suboxone strips in the month of May, 84.5 grams of marijuana, and 1 gram in June, 117 prescription pills in the month of May, 13 fentanyl pills in June, 3 grams of crack cocaine, completed 9 IPR requests in the month of May, 3 in June, and digital files that were redacted and reviewed, 431 in May, 431 in June, and we had $225 seized by patrol officers. During the month of May, detectives responded to 4 calls of service. Additionally, 1 sergeant and 1 detective participated in advanced professional training focused on interviewing and interrogation techniques held in Albuquerque. And we're continuing to participate in that. We also had a multi-agency task force search warrant that was served with San Miguel County Sheriff's Office, 4th Judicial District Attorney's Office, and it was executed in the Zuni area. We had a number of trainings that we attended as far as drone certifications, law enforcement, and symposiums. We had NIBRS online training, tons and tons of different trainings. We also attended the 211th class for 2 basic recruits that graduated in the month of May, Steven Sandoval and Nicholas Apodaca. In the month of June, we had a TASER instructor attend training in Lamar, Colorado, general instructor certifications, 2 investigators attended a police supervision and emotional intelligence course. We also had a Novel Solutions training that was in-house with the city, and we also had internal affairs training that was also online, and we also hosted a STEP training that brought in multiple agencies across the state to the Las Vegas Police Department. We have 9 certified police officers, 9 police officers interested in positions, 5 communication specialists, 6 animal control, and 2 CSAs. We were able to hire 3 as of last Friday, 1 certified and 2 uncertified police officers, so we'll have a few more starting here pretty soon. The month of June, we received 2 other certified police officer inquiries and 6 other uncertified that are currently going through the process now. We do have a test date next Friday. I believe we have 6 on the list to test. We have a total of 21 vacancies at this time, and hopefully next month we'll have a lot less, especially with the 3 that we just hired. They'll reflect on the next one. But that concludes my report.
Thank you, Chief. I just had one question. The open space positions that we opened up for this fiscal year now, when are those gonna be?
So one of the positions we just hired, we did advertise open space in May. We did get interest, and we did hire 1 certified police officer for the open space position.
Sir,
Councilman Levari.
Mr. Chief, Mr. Manager, have you, now that we have the 4th of July fiestas and our traffic's really bad, around on Moreno, goes all the way around, and when there's a 2-way coming in, there's so much traffic in there that I know that your staff and your police departments always have problems there because of the traffic. I don't know if you guys have taken a survey on that or start looking at that to see if we can do a one-way that goes all the way around the park and then, through Moreno and Grand Street. I don't know if you guys can do some kind of a survey on it to see, especially when you have events, because people just park wherever they want. And the thing is that if you walk Moreno, you gotta either back up or go through, or they'll let you in. There's people parked all over the place, and I think we're not controlling that too much. people are just parking anywhere they want, and I don't know if there's people that have businesses there or not, but maybe your city manager and you can take a look at that and see where we can find a way of doing it different.
Yes, sir. And we have done some talking, especially with the schools in that area, to see what we could do to try to help out, because that issue does continue throughout the year as well, especially when school's in session and the buses and traffic in the morning. We do have some ideas moving forward of what we could do. For the fiesta time, we had our community service aide out and about, and he issued, I believe, don't quote me, but in between 60 and 70 citations in that one weekend alone for parking violations within that area, so.
Thank you.
Councilors?
But I would just reiterate, I think, especially Moreno, long-term, I think if we have data to see what decision we should make would be helpful. Because you're right, Fiestas, but with the high school there, and cars parking on both sides of the street there, it gets very congested. It's a safety matter for people that are driving, for emergency vehicles that need to get through there quickly. I mean, I don't think a fire engine would fit through there when there's two cars parked on each side of the road. So, other than that, good job, Chief. I think you're doing a great job leading your department, and appreciate all you do.
Mr. Mayor?
I just wanted to mention, Chief, had a family member reach out to me yesterday in reference to, I guess, taking dogs out to Wacom, South Grand area, in that general area, but a lot of other, dogs in the area, the neighborhood, and basically going after them. And apparently, during this time that, they're trying to kind of get into a safety area to make sure they're okay, a police officer had passed. I don't know who the police officer was. They didn't know either, but they were on their phone, and I think they were kind of yelling at him to make him either stop or something so they can kind of address the dogs that were out there. But I know it's across the entire town. It's not just that area. I mean, we've got dog issues everywhere. And of course, we need to find, these people that, have dogs just roaming around and do something with that. I know that's a tough situation all the way through, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention, that if somebody's yelling at a police officer passing by, it's probably not meaning, in any harm, but I just want them to be aware that maybe they need to kind of look back and investigate what might be going on. So if you could just bring that up to, I don't know what officer it was or nothing. All right, thank you.
Councilor Casey? Thank you, Chief. And thank you for inviting me to, there was a drone presentation where the drones were dropping off floating devices above Story Lake. That was awesome, so. I think we're buying that technology or no?
Mr. Mayor?
Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, if I could, Mayor and Council, one of the things I wanted to know, I know that you're well aware of it, you, Mayor and Council, but for the public, each director provides a report every month, and there's a vast amount of knowledge and information that's there, and it's different every month, trust me. But every single department does a lot of work, and I think, with your permission, Mayor and Council, I'd like to get the department heads in a rotation where we can have them come as well. Fire, finance, and PD, they have their normal space, but with your permission, I'd like to create a rotation that doesn't maybe add too much time, but where each department head can come in and maybe elaborate a little bit more on some of those. But those are there for the public, and every month they have been turning them in and doing the work of making things happen in their department. So I want to note that on the record.
For some reason, I see June's hand like raising like real high. I don't know why.
You want to be the first one, June? Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Manager.
Ladies first.
Yeah. Counselor said it, ladies first, so.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our next item, our consent agenda. If I may read the items into the record.
Yes, please.
We have 10 items. The first item is request approval of addendum number 1 to contract 425725 with Pump Tech doing business as Alpha Southwest and Impel Company for pump motor mechanical and electrical services as needed. Item 2, request approval of addendum number 1 to contract 425225 with James Cook and Hobson for pump motor mechanical and electrical services as needed. Item 3, request approval of addendum number 1 to contract 425825 with Integration and Control Solutions for pump motor mechanical and electrical services as needed. Item 4, request approval of addendum number 1 to contract 426425 with Bohannon Houston for wastewater facility planning, design, and construction. Item 5, request approval of addendum number 1 to contract 425925 with Waterworks Engineers for wastewater facility planning, design, and construction. Item 6, request approval of addendum number 1 to contract 425625 with Sauter Miller and Associates for professional engineering services for the solid waste system. Item 7, request approval of addendum number 1 to contract 425425 with Park Hill for solid waste facility planning, design, and construction phase engineering services. Item number 8, request approval of a North Central New Mexico Economic Development District non-metro AAA Title III federal and state program subaward for $960,742. Item number 9, request approval of a North Central New Mexico Economic Development District non-metro AAA Nutrition Service Incentive Program subaward for $71,405. And item number 10, request approval of a North Central New Mexico Economic Development District non-metro AAA Senior Employment Program host agency subaward for $13,340.
Pleasure of the council.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Martinez.
I'll go ahead and move to approve the consent agenda as read into the record.
Second.
Martinez, second. Councilman Pacheco. Roll call.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Casey? Yes. Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Have a motion by Counselor Martinez, a second by Counselor Pacheco. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries. Moving on to our business items. Item 1, request approval of resolution number 2633, renewal of the biennial memorandum of understanding between New Mexico Main Street Program, City of Las Vegas, and Main Street de Las Vegas. We have our Community Development Director, Mr. Lucas Marquez.
And also with him, Mr. Mayor Louis Trujillo. I know he's filling in as the interim director, I understand, but
what I got into, but yeah.
He's supposed to be retired, but.
You didn't expect to be here again.
Mayor, Council, this is the biennial MOU that we go through every 2 years. As just to pretty much show financial support by the local government for the New Mexico Main Street services.
And just for the record, we do have the actual contract directly with Las Vegas, Main Street de Las Vegas next month, am I correct?
Yes, next month will be the actual contract that we'll be having for, that's the big one.
Yeah.
That's the main one. That'll have the scope of work. Again, I'll have Mayor Trujillo here with me again next week, so we could go ahead and explain the scope of work that we've decided upon. He has some great ideas. You guys are gonna enjoy that scope of work, and I think it's gonna really make Las Vegas, the Main Street areas, vibrant.
Thank you. It's the pleasure of the council. I know we have our notes and our memos and.
I make a motion to approve resolution 2633, renewal.
Second motion by Councilor Pacheco, second by Councilman Olivari. Roll call.
Counselor Casey? Yes. Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
Have a motion by Counselor Pacheco, a second by Counselor Olivari. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
And I just want to make one comment, Mr. Mayor, interim director of, is, I think, I know when you were here, the relationship with the city and Main Street de Las Vegas, I know you've been on the board with them pretty much after you left, but it's been great, a great working relationship. I know you guys have had director change, but I think the relationship has been way better than what it was previously, and, we commit to that. I just want you to know that personally.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I could just say a couple of words. First of all, I just want to recognize the city of Las Vegas and the leadership. For the first time in a long time, we were the crisis leadership. During my administration, we had COVID, forest fires, water crisis. All we could do is with our heads up and breathe. You guys are doing a fantastic job. I've had so many people just say that, you know, they feel so confident in the leadership and the work that the city's doing, and you guys, team that you guys have is just optimal right now. I can't thank you guys enough, and it's not just because I'm here with Main Street, I'm telling you here personally that very responsive, very professional. The city manager answers phone calls, the directors, the council, everybody, the directors. It's just amazing, and I want to thank you for all your help and everything that you do, because the city is moving forward in a great direction. And there's so many accomplishments, and it's all owed to you and your leadership. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. And
Thank
thank
you,
you
Mayor
for,
Chino.
I knew when you decided to take time away, you know, for your own, I mean, sometimes I think we get overburdened, but I knew that you wouldn't stay out long, so thank you for staying involved, Mayor. I
Thank you,
appreciate
I
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Moving on to our second item, request approval to negotiate and enter into a purchase contract for the property located at the corner of South Pacific and Moreno Street, Las Vegas, New Mexico, owned by Ray and John Herrera. Mr. Marquez.
Mr. Mayor? First of all, I just want to say that it's really nice to see the Herreras, because I still remember them when they were little boys and they used to play running up and down San Miguel Street. And so it's a pleasure to see them now as responsible adults. I move that we approve to negotiate and enter into a purchase contract for the property located at the corner of South Pacific and Moreno Street here in Las Vegas, owned by Ray and John Herrera.
Motion by
Second.
Councilor Casey, second by Councilman Ulibarri.
Mr. Mayor, can I interject just briefly?
Yes.
And ask Councilor Casey if she'd be willing to amend her motion just briefly to, at the end, put subject to approval by DFA or the Board of Finance. That way we, I think it will be approved, but that way, part of the
That'll be part
administrative
of the
code, correct. Yeah.
That's fine,
Include that in
yes.
your amendment.
Got that.
You're okay with that, Councilman Ulibarri? Roll call.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Olivari. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Appreciate it.
So to the Herrera family, I know it's been a while that we've been talking about this. We told you that we were very interested and we're really excited. We already have plans for it, so hopefully with DFA's approval, we'll be able to take down those. So DFA means the Department of Finance Authority out of Santa Fe, so. Thank you, guys, and thank you for waiting for us. It took so long.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our next business item is going to be business item number 7. Request approval for out-of-state travel for Mayor David Romero, City Manager Robert Anaya, Water Director Travis Martinez, Project Program Outreach Liaison Jimmy Sice, and possibly members of the governing body to travel to Kendallville, Indiana on July 20th through the 22nd, 2026. Mr. Anaya.
Mayor and Council, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Martinez to just briefly talk about the granular activated carbon system that we're going to go look at if approved by Mayor and Council. But we're so close to a big phase in the project, we can taste it. But this is an opportunity to really get our head and hands around the complexity of what we're about to acquire that's going to support our water system. So, Mr. Martinez, if you could give just a brief overview of the GAC system, and that way the Mayor and Council have heard it several times, but them as well, the public can hear the facility that we're going to go view and the equipment we're going to go take a look at.
City Manager, yeah, Mayor, Council. We've talked about the granulated activated carbon system already going on. It's a system that's going to help us with our water. It's going to polish it. It's going to help us in terms with our compliance. Now going and being able to see it being built, we'll be able to see the inner workings of the system itself and get more of a complexity and of how it's gonna be used and how it should be, and pretty much get the specifications on the inside and outside of that system that we're gonna be utilizing. Most companies just buy the product and they get it, they set it up and they utilize it, but at least with this opportunity, we'll be able to see how it's assembled and how the inner workings and everything working as well.
Thank you, Mayor.
One question, this was their recommendation, am I correct?
Yes, sir. It was their recommendation to go see it.
Council?
I just have a quick question. I don't want to ruffle any feathers when I ask this, but how come it's just one person from the water treatment department that's going, that will actually be working with the GAC system? You know, can we send at least two people from the water department, or, I don't know, I'm just
Curious because, you know, everything's falling on Travis and he's gonna have to remember a lot of things and
try to come back and, you know, explain things to his staff, but just
wondering.
Manager, and just for the record, I know my name was on there, but I wasn't able to, I have other stuff going on, so I'm not gonna make it, but, Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, Council,
Ask you to explain.
Councilwoman Casey, that's always music to my ears, relative to giving people the opportunity to see and do things. We have not only ourselves, Mr. Seiss has been involved in the project since it's coming on board, but I defer to the water director on if he would like to bring somebody. I'm totally amenable to that. We also have Mr. Freeman, that's part of the project from Plexus, and we also have the state of New Mexico there as well. But I'd leave that completely up to the water director if he'd like to add another person.
Yeah, the reason I ask is because, you know, sometimes they
Know what questions to ask that are
relevant, and then when they come back, they can explain better, you know, and if they have another staff member to collaborate with and, you know, be able to explain things. I mean, I know that we all trust
our directors, otherwise they wouldn't be where they are.
but I just thought it would be nice if one other person at least could also
Participate if at all possible.
That's perfect. So I could take someone with me so we could geek out on it. I'm all for that.
geek out. I like that, yeah.
With that, Mr. Attorney, we just make in the motion, right, that additional person, is that fair?
I think that's fair enough.
Well-
Leave that to discretion of the.
But if you're not going, I mean, you're listed on the request. So if you're not going, that person could take your place? Okay. Okay.
Mr. Mayor. Mr. Martinez, I just wanted to ask, those are the GAC holding tanks, right? The ones that we saw that are similar to the ones at Castle Rock?
Yes.
That's what, okay.
Yeah, we
And
got
they
to
have
see
that
them.
media and all that information, all that stuff inside of them so that.
Yeah, the activated carbon, yeah,
Right,
those
okay.
are the ones.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad that some of this equipment is getting built so that, I mean, this is all definitely proof that we're building a water treatment system that's gonna be here a long time, way beyond our call of duty, of course, and everybody that's in here. So I appreciate you guys being interested in checking it out and you know, finding out how it works. And you guys are gonna be the hands on that equipment, so you guys need to know how exactly you have to maintain it and so forth, so.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you guys are doing that. Thank
And
you.
Counselor, like I said, you know, we got to see how they function over there when we went to Plum Creek. We got to see how it works and all that. But now that we got this opportunity to actually go and see them being built, now we'll be able to see what the inner workings are like. Because majority of systems and other municipalities that obtain equipment like this don't get that opportunity to see it, so.
Great, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the out-of-state travel for City Manager Anaya, Water Director Travis Martinez, and one other person from his department that he selects to go, and for our project and program outreach liaison, Jimmy Sice.
Second.
Motion by Councilor motion by Councilor Casey, second by Councilman Martinez. So the only question I had, I don't know, I know it's in here, is there any council members that wanted to attend? No? Roll call?
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Martinez. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Moving on to our next item, item 8, request approval to ratify the mayor's emergency drought and fire risk directive. Mr. Mayor?
So councilors, I know, this, I worked with legal on this directive. I had asked, was there a proclamation? I checked with legal. I know we were getting a lot of calls, especially there was a statement put out by the governor's office about banning fireworks, and I knew that we really couldn't restrict any more than what we already had. But I thought maybe by putting something together, and this was what was recommended by our legal, Mr. Gino Zamora. So that's what I put together. He said under my authority, he said it was okay, but I told him I would like to just bring it to council for ratification, just so you guys are aware. I don't want to do something and you guys never feel comfortable with it, but I did do everything within my authority, but I thought I did share it with you guys before, but I thought I'd just bring it back for clarity and clarification. So, I don't know if you guys wanted to ratify it, or?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve the emergency drought and fire risk directive.
A motion by Councilor Pacheco, second by Councilor Casey. Roll call?
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
Have a motion by Counselor Pacheco, a second by Counselor Casey. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
And I want to thank you, Mr. Manager, the fire department, the police department, and also even Mr. Lucas Marcus, and he was pulling duty for code enforcement, for going out and citations were issued for the record. So, these guys did an awesome job. I mean, we can't catch everybody, but notice was made to the community. I think that was important. So thank you, guys. Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, if we could, just tied to the drought and the restrictions, we are still under water restrictions, and so I'd like to put him on the spot again, Mr. Martinez, to speak to the water restrictions, and right after that, because of the investment and the direction of the mayor and council related to water storage tank, the water storage tanks project, we're moving rapidly to final design, hopefully in the fall, for phase 1, which will include the airport and that tank. And so it's tied into water use, water security, water storage in the community. And so if you could speak to, briefly, Mr. Martinez, to those two items, I'd appreciate it.
I could speak to the water restrictions real quick. I don't have the restrictions on me. They're they're kind of confusing. But the restrictions are imposed on the city is because of the flow of the river. I've been mentioning that, when the river gets low, we have to reserve because our backups are always, our raw water is always either Tater Wells or Story Lake, and those are our reserves for harsh times. Those are why restrictions are imposed. Number 2, going back to the storage tank project, we are right now a little over 60% design for the airport. We're moving into the 90s here. I believe I told you in September. By September, October, by November, we'll have 100% design. We'll get that project bid out. That'll be over 20,000 feet of water line going and coming with a 2 million gallon tank that will support up there. The water tank was the airport was a perfect candidate place to set that water tank because it is exact same elevation as cabin site. So the way that we are imposing these water tanks is so that way everything will be fed on gravity. As long as the tanks are at the same elevation, the system will be able to support itself and feeding each zone the way that it is, so that way we don't have to start putting pumps and everything and all over town. And with this project, we're gonna be doing a 2 million gallon tank over there at the airport, another 2 million gallon tank at Luna. Basically, that's just another tank that's hooking up to one tank that's gonna support the main system here in town, which is Zone 2. And as far as the third tank goes, they're doing surveys and everything on that, and that's gonna be on the downside of town. And we're looking at some areas down here that's gonna be at the same elevation for Zone 3 as well as the one for the Valencia tank. So once we get all of that information, everything from the engineers, like I told Robert, we'll be able to best put where that other tank number 3 is gonna be. And that's all gonna be based on elevations with each of the tanks, so that way it can support itself, the system.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Martinez. I thought that was important to note. I'll work with Ms. Salas, and we'll do an updated PSA relative to the water restrictions. And thank you for that time.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our next item, request appointment of a voting delegate and alternate for the 2026 Annual Conference in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Each year, we have the annual conference where most of our directors and other staff attend. And we are entitled, the city of Las Vegas is entitled to one delegate vote in electing officers, deciding municipal policy, and also voting upon any other questions at the annual business meeting. And we are required to send that in to the municipal league.
Mr. Mayor. Question. So the voting delegate is one of the elected body, or is it one of the city?
It's normally one of the elected body.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make
Yes.
sure.
And an alternate.
On this.
That's,
Mr. Mayor, I was just gonna ask, you were the voting delegate last year, correct?
As the voting delegate, and from their in conversation with other elected officials, they asked me to run for the board, so that's how I ended up a board member. I don't think had I been a voting delegate, I wouldn't have gotten elected, but I still have 1 year on my term. It was a 2-year term, so there is some positions open in case one of my colleagues wants to get on the board. You can jump in there and.
that's good to know. So can you be a voting delegate and be on the board? Okay. Just clarify that.
I think you're already a voting member because you're on the board, so we'd end up with 2 members, I believe, because you're already on the board. So you can appoint somebody else and then have 2 people represented, if I'm not mistaken, Madam Clerk.
Correct.
That information, that's important.
So do we have to nominate?
Just vote for one of you guys to go.
Wants to go?
Who's going to the event? I guess we better,
I think we're all probably
are we all
going.
going?
I'm not going.
You're not going? I nominate Mayor Pro Tem Martinez as a voting delegate.
Motion
Second.
by Councilor Casey.
Wasn't I that a couple of years back? Wasn't I that?
All in favor for,
And I'm sorry, we also need an alternate.
let's do that one, so
Okay.
for Pro Tem Martinez.
Let's do it, man.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Ayes have it. Now, alternate.
Mr. Mayor, I'll go ahead and nominate an alternate. Counselor Pacheco.
Motion by Councilor
Oh,
Martinez.
we get it all
Have a
taken care of,
second?
right? You know, we gotta do it right,
Have
no?
a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Casey. All in favor? Those opposed? And the ayes have it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That concludes our agenda.
I have one thing before we adjourn, Mr. Mayor.
Councilor
If
Pacheco.
possible.
Go ahead.
It's, I should have given it in my update. It's something that was a few months back. But I do want to really recognize, I had the unfortunate situation of having to have a family member utilize our ambulance and fire department services. And so one, I want to say our contractor, AMR, from the time of the 911 call till the time at the residence was probably less than 5 minutes. So it was quick. And our fire department was not very far behind. And I wanna recognize Miss Jasmine Gallegos, I don't know her rank, Mr. Josh Woodley and Mr. Donovan Marquez, who were on scene, and, they provided a great service all the way around. And so did the AMR guys. There's two people from AMR. So there was, I just want our deputy chief to know that. Those three did a great job, great response, just very professional. So thank you so much. And so everybody knows it ends on a good note. Well, the family member that needed that service is back at home and doing well.
Thank you, Counselor. And it's always good to have positive and good news as we
Yeah.
go on. Counselor Casey.
Also about AMR, our alarm at home just went off one night and we were already in bed and we heard people knocking on the door and the doorbell ringing, and so my husband got up and we're all like, what's going on? And it was AMR saying, we heard that there was a fire here, we're here to help you, what do you need? And we're like, there's no fire. We hope there's no fire. So it was a very quick response from the time that the alarm went off. I don't know, the battery's dying or something. And so it was kind of reassuring to know that there's help even when you don't even call for it. It's there. So, thank you.
Thank you.
I move we adjourn.
A motion by Counselor Casey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Pacheco. Meeting's adjourned.